Lovely viewers, this one is going to tug at your hearts because the news coming out right now about Song Hye-kyo has everyone talking, and not in the way we usually see. For years, she's been the picture of grace, elegance, and strength, but recent reports and whispers online have fans seriously worried. Is the queen of K-drama really struggling behind the scenes? Has something triggered an emotional storm that even she couldn't hide? Let's dive deep into everything we know because this story is more than just headlines. It's about the woman who gave us some of the most unforgettable moments in television history. It all started with an event appearance that was supposed to be glamorous, flawless, and all about fashion. Song Hye-kyo walked in looking stunning as always. Perfect hair, radiant smile. But fans with sharp eyes noticed something was off. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Her movements seemed slower. And during one photo session, cameras captured what looked like her holding back tears. At first, people thought it was just a bad day, but then the video started circulating, and fans began comparing this appearance to her previous ones. The verdict: something was different, very different. Lovely viewers, let me tell you what really set off alarms. After the event, Song Hye-kyo posted on her Instagram a simple caption: "Some days feel heavier than others." That one line sent fans into panic mode. People flooded the comments asking, "Are you okay? And please take care of yourself, Uni." The post was quickly picked up by media outlets, and before we knew it, headlines were everywhere saying, "Song Hye-kyo posts cryptic message amid emotional speculations." But here's where it gets more serious. A source from someone close to the actress revealed that she recently cancelled a private photo shoot at the last minute, citing health reasons. The source didn't go into details, but of course, that only fueled the speculation even more. Fans started wondering, is it physical health? Is it emotional? Could it be exhaustion from her packed schedule? Or is something deeper happening in her personal life? And here's the part that's making everyone even more anxious. Those who saw her up close say she looked slimmer than usual, and her eyes looked tired, like someone who hasn't been sleeping well. Lovely viewers, we all know that being in the spotlight isn't easy. Song Hye-kyo has carried herself with grace through every storm, but let's not forget, she's human too. And the pressure she faces, it's unimaginable. From constant media attention to personal struggles that none of us can fully understand, it's a lot for anyone to handle. And now, with all the rumors swirling around about her love life, the emotional baggage of the past, and the intense public interest after recent shocking confessions from a certain someone. Yes, you know who I'm talking about, this could be the breaking point. Now, let's talk about that connection for a second because fans aren't ignoring it. Ever since Song Joong-ki made that heart-stopping confession, "I can't stop loving you," the internet hasn't stopped dragging Hye-kyo into the spotlight. Every move she makes is being dissected. Every post is being analyzed. And for someone who values her privacy as much as she does, that kind of scrutiny can be overwhelming. Imagine logging on to see your name trending every single day, not because of your work, but because of your past and someone else's feelings. Lovely viewers, that kind of pressure can break even the strongest hearts. But here's something that made fans cry. During a recent behind-the-scenes video from an ad shoot, Hye-kyo was seen sitting quietly in a corner, looking down at her phone and then wiping her eyes. Was it just a speck of dust? Or something heavier weighing on her heart? People who saw the clip say the energy around her felt different. Not the cheerful, bubbly Song Hye-kyo we know, but someone carrying a burden. And now, rumors are spreading like wildfire that her agency might issue a statement soon to address these concerns. Some insiders believe they'll say it's just fatigue, but fans aren't buying it. Why? Because she's been canceling more appearances than usual. And for someone as professional as Hye-kyo, that's not something she does unless it's absolutely necessary. Lovely viewers, this is where I want to hear from you because this isn't just gossip. It's about someone we admire, someone who's given us so much joy. Do you think the pressure of recent events has finally caught up to her? Or is this just a temporary low point that she'll bounce back from stronger than ever? Either way, what she needs right now is love and support, not judgment. Before I wrap this part, let's reflect on something important. Mental and emotional health matters, even for celebrities. They might look perfect on camera, but they fight battles we can't see. So instead of fueling rumors, let's send her messages of love, positivity, and encouragement. Because who knows? That one kind comment might be the light she needs on a dark day. Lovely viewers, stay tuned because this story is unfolding fast. And you know I'll be here to give you every update. If there's an official statement, if there's any sign from Hye-kyo herself, you'll hear it here first. For now, let's all hope and pray that she's okay and taking the time she needs to heal. Physically, emotionally, and mentally. The whispers coming from people who've seen her recently suggest that her emotional state might be far more fragile than we initially thought. After years of being the epitome of grace and strength, this sudden shift in her demeanor has left fans around the world in shock and desperate for answers. Right after her Instagram post where she wrote, "Some days feel heavier than others," the speculation didn't just stop at fatigue. Fans started connecting the dots. And the timing couldn't be more suspicious. Jung-ki's shocking confession, which dominated headlines everywhere, happened just days before this emotional outburst. People are asking the question everyone is thinking but no one wants to say out loud. Is her breakdown connected to the overwhelming wave of attention after her ex-husband's declaration of love? Lovely viewers, think about it. One moment you're focused on your work, building your peace, moving forward. And then suddenly, the entire world drags you back into a chapter you thought was closed. That would shake anyone to their core. Here's where things get even more concerning. An industry insider claims that Song Hye-kyo recently broke down in tears during a private dinner with close friends. The source said she kept saying things like, "I just need space. I just need to breathe." If this is true, it means the pressure is not just external. It's suffocating her on a personal level. And let's not forget, Hye-kyo has always been a very private person. For her, being exposed and having every emotion turned into headlines is probably one of her biggest fears. And right now, that fear is reality. Lovely viewers, another detail that fans can't stop talking about. She was spotted leaving a wellness clinic a few days ago. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's be clear. Going to a wellness center could mean anything from a regular checkup to stress management. But considering everything that's happening, fans are worried that she's seeking help to cope emotionally. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. If she's taking steps to heal and protect her mental health, that's a sign of strength, not weakness. But the question remains, what pushed her to this point? Could it be the non-stop public speculation? Could it be the reopening of old wounds? Or could it be something deeper that we don't know yet? Whatever it is, the weight on her shoulders right now is undeniable. And this is where fans have stepped in with full force. Social media is flooded with hashtags like #StayStrongHye-kyo and #WeLoveYouHye-kyo, with thousands of messages pouring in from all over the world. People are sharing stories of how she inspired them through tough times, how her characters gave them hope, and how they want her to feel that same strength now. One fan wrote, "You've carried us through our storms with your work. Let us carry you through yours with our love." Isn't that beautiful? It's a reminder that real fandom isn't just about cheering during the good times. It's about standing firm when things get hard. And now, let's talk about the other big name in this story. Song Joong-ki. Because whether he intended it or not, his confession has become part of this storm. There are rumors swirling that Joong-ki is aware of what's happening and that he feels responsible for the stress she's under. Some reports even claim he has tried to reach out quietly, offering words of comfort, but we can't confirm if she responded. Can you imagine how complicated this must be for her emotionally? On one hand, there's this overwhelming flood of love from the public and possibly from Joong-ki himself. On the other hand, there's the reality of reopening old wounds and dealing with the pressure of the world expecting a reunion. That's a heavy, heavy burden for one person to carry. Lovely viewers, let's pause for a moment and think about how this story could unfold. If Hye-kyo's health is truly being affected, we might see an official statement from her agency soon. They'll likely say something about her taking time off for health and well-being. And honestly, if that happens, it might be the best decision for her right now. She needs peace, space, and time to heal without the entire world watching her every move. But if she does step away from the spotlight for a while, What do you think that means for all the rumors about Jung-ki? Will they fade, or will the mystery deepen? Before we move on, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that Song Hye-kyo is not just a celebrity. She's a person. A person who has spent years giving us beauty, talent, and unforgettable performances, while sacrificing her own privacy and peace. And right now, the best thing we can do as fans is to support her. Not with pressure, not with invasive questions, but with love and kindness. Send her good energy. Leave positive comments. Remind her that her worth is not defined by drama or gossip, but by the incredible human being she is. Lovely viewers, this story is still developing, and every new piece of information makes it even more emotional. If there's one thing I know, it's that we haven't heard the last of this. We've already talked about her recent breakdown and how fans noticed signs that something wasn't quite right, but the latest whispers from industry insiders suggest there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than anyone imagined. And honestly, it's heartbreaking. After our last discussion, a new set of photos surfaced online showing Song Hye-kyo arriving at a private clinic, and the images immediately went viral. Now before we jump to conclusions, let's break down what people are saying. Observers noted that she looked pale, tired, and very unlike her usual vibrant self. She wore oversized sunglasses, a loose sweater, and carried what looked like a health folder. That alone sent fans into panic mode because, as you know, Hye-kyo is usually very polished when she steps out in public. This low-key, almost hidden appearance screams one thing: she doesn't want to be seen. And that adds even more weight to the speculation that her emotional state might have taken a serious toll on her health. But here's where things start to feel even more real. A journalist who has close ties to her agency hinted that her team is extremely worried. According to this source, her recent emotional episodes were not just minor breakdowns. They were intense moments where she reportedly told her inner circle that she feels overwhelmed and exhausted. Lovely viewers, imagine carrying that kind of pain while the whole world watches your every move. It's crushing. And remember, this isn't just about one event. This is about years of pressure, scandals, expectations, and now the sudden reopening of a chapter from her past that she may not have been ready to revisit. And yes, let's address that chapter. The confession from Song Joong-ki that started this entire emotional roller coaster. Fans believe that hearing those words, "I can't stop loving you," must have stirred something deep inside her. Was it love? Was it guilt? Was it pain? We don't know for sure, but what we do know is that the timing of everything lines up perfectly. The confession went viral, the media turned her into a headline again, and suddenly she's canceling appearances, posting cryptic messages, and being spotted at wellness centers. Coincidence? I don't think so. Lovely viewers, the fans have been relentless in trying to show her love and support during this difficult time. Thousands of messages are flooding her social media, and hashtags like #StayStrongHye-kyo and #HealthBeforeEverything are trending globally. People are sharing how much she's inspired them over the years. And honestly, reading some of these messages will make you cry. One fan wrote, "Hye-kyo, you've given us your best for so long. Please give yourself the same love and care." Another fan said, "No drama, no movie, no spotlight is worth more than your health. We love you, Uni." It's moments like this that remind us why fandoms are so powerful, not just for boosting careers, but for lifting spirits when it matters most. But let me tell you something that might shock you. There are whispers that Hye-kyo might take an extended break from acting. Yes, you heard that right. Some insiders believe that her agency is quietly discussing the possibility of putting her on hiatus so she can focus on her well-being. This wouldn't be the first time a big star took a step back to heal. And honestly, if this is true, I think it's the best decision for her. But can you imagine how the world will react when that official statement drops? Every media outlet, every blog, every fan page will explode with reactions. Some will support her decision wholeheartedly, while others will start spinning theories about why she's really stepping back. And you know what? That could add even more pressure, which is exactly what she doesn't need right now. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jung-ki. Lovely viewers, do you think he knows what's happening? Do you think he feels guilty? Because rumor has it that he's been trying to reach out. According to a source close to him, he sent her a heartfelt message recently, saying something like, "If I caused you any pain, I'm sorry. That was never my intention." If that's true, it means he's aware that his confession might have stirred things up more than he expected. But the bigger question is, did she respond? We don't know yet. And that uncertainty is making fans even more anxious because, let's be honest, if they start communicating again, this story could take a whole new turn. Lovely viewers, before we end this section, let's imagine what could happen next, because this is where it gets intense. If Hye-kyo does take a break, it could either calm things down or make them even worse. On one hand, she'll have time to heal away from the public eye. On the other hand, the mystery of why she stepped back will fuel endless rumors. And if Jung-ki makes any move, like a public message, a song, or even being spotted near her, the internet will completely break. Can you picture that? Headlines like, "Jung-ki seen visiting Hye-kyo during hiatus," or "Secret meeting rekindles old flame." Lovely viewers, that would send shockwaves through the entire entertainment industry. But for now, all we can do is hope and pray that Song Hye-kyo is getting the love, care, and peace she deserves. Because if there's one thing we've learned from all this, it's that even the strongest people have moments of weakness, and that's okay. What matters is how we support them through it. Now tell me, lovely viewers, do you think this emotional breakdown will lead to a complete career pause for her? Or will she surprise everyone with a comeback stronger than ever? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this discussion is just heating up, and I promise you, the next chapter of this story could be the most shocking yet.